He spent nearly 3 decades on death row for murders he never committed. This is the haunting story of Anthony Ray Hinton, a man whose youth, freedom, and dreams were stolen by the justice system. Anthony was born in Alabama in 1956, the youngest of 10 children in a poor black family. His mother, who could barely read or write, raised her children with strict values: honesty, kindness, and faith. Anthony grew up cracking jokes, always smiling, the kind of person who could light up a room. By his 20s, he was just another hard-working man trying to get by, still living at home, helping take care of his mother. But in 1985, his life took a terrifying turn. 2 restaurant managers had been murdered in separate robberies. With little evidence and mounting pressure to find a suspect, police turned their eyes on Anthony. Simply because he was black, poor, and nearby, they came to his home, handcuffed him, and showed him a dusty revolver from his mother's house. That old gun would become the so-called evidence used to tear his life apart. No fingerprints, no eyewitnesses, no motive, nothing but a claim that bullets from the crime scene matched his mother's gun. Anthony thought it was all a mistake. He believed the truth would come out. He had an alibi. At the time of one of the murders, he was locked inside a factory at work. But his lawyer, appointed by the state, barely investigated, barely cared. When Anthony asked about hiring a qualified ballistics expert to defend him, his lawyer told him they didn't have the money for that. In the courtroom, the prosecutor painted him as a cold-blooded killer. The state's so-called experts pointed the revolver and told the jury the bullets matched. Even though the science was deeply flawed, 11 white jurors and 1 black juror deliberated for only a few hours. The verdict was guilty. The sentence, death. Anthony was 29 years old. His mother broke down in tears. He was sent to Holman Prison, home to Alabama's death row. Life there was hell. Each inmate waited for the day guards would come to escort them to the electric chair. At night, Anthony could hear the sound of executions, the dragging of chains, the prayers, the silence afterward. He saw friends walk past his cell for the last time. For nearly 30 years, he lived under the shadow of death. But Anthony refused to give up. He read books, started a book club for other inmates, and held on his humor as a way to survive. Yet his appeals were denied again and again. The system didn't want to listen. Everything changed in 2002 when Bryan Stevenson and the Equal Justice Initiative took his case. Stevenson believed in Anthony's innocence, but proving it was another matter. For over a decade, they fought legal battles. Finally, independent experts examined the revolver and confirmed what Anthony had always said. That gun could not have fired the bullets used in the murders. In 2014, the U.S. Supreme Court reviewed his case in a rare unanimous decision. The justices ruled that Anthony's trial had been unconstitutional, that his defense had been inadequate. In April 2015, after 30 years behind bars, Anthony Ray Hinton walked out of prison a free man. He was 58 years old. His mother never lived to see him free. The world he stepped into was completely different. Technology, society, even the neighborhoods he knew had changed. He had lost nearly 3 decades, years he could never get back. Yet Anthony didn't emerge bitter. He spoke with grace, humor, and forgiveness. He wrote a book about his ordeal, titled The Sun Does Shine. He now tells his story to remind the world of how easily the system can take an innocent life. 27 years of wrongful imprisonment, 27 years of stolen time. His case asked a chilling question: how many other Anthonys are still sitting in cells today, waiting for justice that may never come?